Whoa! Alright, so, home of the big slice. Right? Okay. So, if my diameter is 28 inches, what's my radius? 14 inches. Okay. So we got that going for us. I want perimeter. Perimeter is what? In general, what is perimeter? What's the concept of the perimeter? Figure. Around the outside. Around the outside. Okay? Distance around the outside. So I've got to go this far. How far is that? That's a 14. I've got to go that far, right? Don't know that part yet. And I've got to come that far. How far is that one? 14 again. Okay? So we got two 14s, and then, whoa, hey now. And then we got this part up here. Well, that part up here, we can summarize as it's an arc length, and we can go that is theta times r. Because we know what r is, right? R is 14. Well, if I divide my pizza into 8 slices, 2 pi gets me all the way around, right? So 2 pi divided by 8 is what?
1/4
Pi over 4. Yep. So this is going to be pi over 4 times 14, or 7 pi over 2. Okay? So my perimeter is going to be 14 plus 14 plus 7 pi over 2, which, if I was doing it exact, the exact answer would be 28 plus 7 pi over 2 inches. And that's the exact one. Or, if I rounded, that would be approximately 38.996 inches. On tomorrow's test, we are going to give you the option of exact or rounded to 3 decimal places. Okay? Sometimes we will specifically ask for exact. Sometimes we will say you can round this to 3 decimal places if you like. Okay? One of the two. All good? Then it asked, what is the surface area of this sector of savory pizza? Pizza pie. Huh? Well, the area of a piece of pizza, or the area of a circle, I should say, is pi r squared. So the area of my entire pizza is going to be pi times 14 squared, or 196 pi. And we're dividing in 8 because we only want one piece of pizza. So that means I'm going to multiply my area times 1/8. And that's going to give me, oops, this was in square inches. And that's going to give me, exactamundo would be 49 pi over 2 square inches. approximated would be 76.969 square inches. Okay? When it says sector, and there will be a sector question tomorrow on the test, when it says sector, think Politos. No free ads. Home of the big slice. Yeah? Good to go on that one? Love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh yeah, a good Hardy Boys question for you. Try that one. So our pendulum swings across an arc that is cut by a central angle of 6 degrees. Yes'm? Our formula that we have for arc length is S equals theta times R. What's the kicker about said formula? R's got to be, or excuse me, theta has to be in radians. I don't have theta in radians. I have theta in degrees. So that's going to be 6 degrees times pi over 180. That's going to give me theta. And what's my radius? 44 inches. So if I multiply all that out, I end up getting 22 pi over 15. Because 6 goes into 180 30 times. That leaves me with 44 pi over 30. Both can be divided by 2, giving me 22 pi over 15. Which would end up being my exact answer. If I approximated that, the approximated answer would be 4.608 inches. So that pendulum is only going like that far. Which, if you're familiar with the grandfather clock, it's not like they swing way out. Okay? Questions on this one? Love it. Love this one even more. I'm going to let you struggle with this one for a bit. Then I'll pick it up. So, we got to start with a speed, right? Got to have a speed. We got to have like revolutions per minute or radians per second or miles per hour or something like that, right? Okay. What's the one speed we have? And what's moving at 66 feet per second? The belt is not moving at 66 feet per second. What? The bike is moving at 66 feet per second, right? Which means the tire is moving at 66 feet per second. So the wheel here, I can find the angular speed of the wheel because the wheel is moving at 66 feet per second. I want the angular speed of that wheel in radians per second. Well, what's the problem with 66 feet per second and a radius of 14 inches? Not the same unit. So I got to first get them into 1 foot is 12 inches. Now I can say that 1 radian or 1 radius is 14 inches. And now that is the angular speed of the wheel, which if I calculate that out, that is 396 over 7 radians per second. Approximation 56.571. Okay. Agree? Fantastic. Since we're on the wheel, let's find the wheel sprocket next. How fast is the wheel sprocket angularly spinning? It's the same as the wheel. They are angularly spinning at the same rate. Why? They're the same thing. They're on the same axle. Okay? If you think about, there's an axle right there. Usually it's not very big on a bike. It's maybe 2 inches long. Okay? But your wheel is spinning on that. Everything that's on that wheel is spinning at that angular speed. Linearly, no. Angularly, rotationally, yes. Okay? But the farther you go out from the center, the faster you go as compared to something closer to the center. Okay? So that's the wheel sprocket. Now, we've got the pedal sprocket. How am I going to get from the wheel sprocket to the pedal sprocket? What's connecting the two? The chain, right? The bike chain is connecting the two. Okay? So I need to find the speed of that chain. Well, that's not a circle, so the only thing that I can do then is find the linear speed of the chain. The wheel sprocket is spinning at 396 radians every 7 seconds. On the wheel, it has, the sprocket has a radius of 1.5 inches. That gives me the linear speed in inches per second of the chain. The chain allows me to go to the pedal. Angularly wise, the pedal is spinning at, or I should say has a 4.5 inch radius. So that gets me back into radians per second, which is what I want to be in. If I simplify this, that simplifies down to 132 over 7 radians per second. If I were to round that one, I would get 18.857. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This might be a dumb question, but how do you get the 7 on the bottom if you're doing like multiplication all the way across? The one that you just did.
Yeah. So, the very last one?
Well, that one too.
Okay. Well, this one, it would become whatever 66 times 12 is.
792.
700. So this is 792 over 14, which I know both are even. So I divided both by 2, and I got 396 over 7. Okay? All right? Now, down here on this one, because we've got decimal points involved, 396 times 1.5 is 594. Right? It is. Okay? 7 times 4.5 is 31.5, right? Not a fan. Can't have decimals inside of fractions. So I can add a 0 there and take away that decimal point there. And then they both are reducible by 45. 45 goes into both. Okay? And so 45 goes into the top 132 times. 45 goes into the bottom 7 times. Okay? Again, 3 homeworks due tomorrow. Tan, purple, and gold if you are below an 85%. So it's required. If you're above an 85%, it is optional. Okay? And you have a test tomorrow.